Avast me hearty, and welcome back to For Fun Friday, where I, your somewhat piratified host, attempts to play the one deck based around pirates that makes my Discord want to cringe the second it's mentioned. This week, we're taking a look at none other than Plunder Patrol. Specifically, we're taking a look at the topping list of a recent regional, which I can't for 1 second believe is a real thing. We are taking a look at Enforcer Patrol, a deck that attempts to use Plunder Patrol's innate weakness as its strength. Now, I am not a Plunder Patrol player by any means, and I have only experimented with this deck a limited amount, so Plunder Patrol players, don't shoot me. I'm doing my best. Let's have a look at the deck to show you exactly what the deck intends to do. First of all, we have our 9 hand traps straight at the top. We are playing 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Nibiru, 3 Effect Veiler, and somewhat of a hand trap, I guess, 3 Infinite Impermanence. They're simply the best options for Plunder to play, as they out all of the things that they have innate weaknesses to. In addition to this, we're also playing 1 Destiny Hero Celestial and 1 Destiny Hero Dasher, because this deck, of course, attempts to use Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Now to the Plunder Patrols. Whitebeard, Whitebeard! During your opponent's turn, you can, as a quick effect, special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as a monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard, and if you do, equip this card to it. You'll find that most Plunder Patrols have this effect innate to them, because you want to abuse your opponent's monsters in order to get to your own bosses. You have the Plunder Patrol Pirates, which of course are the monsters inside of the deck, and the Plunder Patrol Ships, which are in your extra deck. Now, more specifically, every single Plunder Patrol outside of that has a special effect to their own. If Whitebeard, I'm never gonna remember the names of these, Jesus. If Whitebeard is sent from the hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck except Whitebeard, but you cannot special summon a monster for the rest of this turn except Plunder Patrols. You can only use each effect once per turn. So Whitebeard, if he's discarded, gets you another one. Golden Hair, or whatever we're gonna do for that one. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard a card and special summon this card, but you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Plunder Patrols. So basically, Golden Hair just comes back if you have a card to spare. We are then looking at Black Eyes, the latest support that the Plunder Patrols got, which pushed them to be as good as they are today. Simply put, we can target a Plunder Patrol monster in our graveyard except for Black Eyes to special summon this card from our hand, or if it do, we add the monster we targeted back to our hand, letting us recycle nearly everything. And of course, it locks us into special summoning only Plunder Patrol monsters. If this card sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, from the hand or monster zone to the graveyard, we can target a Plunder Patrol monster in our spell and trap zone and special summon it in defense position. Basically, this just lets us get rid of whatever Plunder Patrols we happen to have in our equip slots to use them for other means. With Redbeard, we yet again have the effect to special summon a Plunder Patrol from our extra deck, but if this is sent from the monster zone or hand to the graveyard, we can target a Plunder Patrol monster we control except Redbeard and equip Redbeard to it. So basically, if we use this as a material for something, we can equip it to that or do something else. It really depends. And then we're looking at Bluebeard as our last Plunder Patrol card in the main deck, at least monster-wise. Again, same thing with this one. If we control a Plunder Patrol monster except Bluebeard, we can special summon this card from our hand. If it's sent from the hand or monster sword to the graveyard, we can discard a card to draw a card. This one is probably the weakest out of the Plunder Patrols, I would say, but what do I know? Then we have probably the best named spell cards ever. We have Plunder Patrol Shipyard, because they really included the pirated rolling R's here. This field spell is great, by the way. Plunder Patrol monsters gain 500 attack for each Plunder Patrol card in your spell and trap zone, including itself. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. We can discard a card to add a Plunder Patrol card from our deck to our hand, except Shipyard. Or, if this card is in our graveyard, we can target a Plunder Patrol card in our spell and trap zone, set this card, and if we do, return the target to the hand. So we can basically recycle our Shipyard, and Shipyard lets us search our deck once per turn. It's really good. Then we have Plunder Patrol Shipping, which is just the Plunder Patrol fusion spell in case we have to hard summon lists. We then have 1 terraforming to search our Shipyard, 1 called by the grave because we are really weak to Ash. One emblem of the Plunder Patrol, which we can equip only to a Plunder Patrol monster. It gains 500 attack, and also your opponent can't target it with card effects. You can send the equipped card to the graveyard to special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from our extra deck with the same attribute as a monster on the field or in the graveyard. Then take the monster that was equipped with this card and equip it to that special summon monsters as an equipped spell with this effect. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. Basically, emblem just lets us recycle our ships in case we have severe need of another one. Then we're playing 3 Fusion Destiny, because Phoenix Enforcer. There's no reason we should not be playing it. And it's gonna get destroyed during the end phase of the next turn, but we're gonna use Phoenix Enforcer's effect anyway, and then it's just gonna bring itself back, so who cares. Lastly, we have 1 Plunder Patrol Booty. Booty is weird. It allows us to change the attribute of a monster our opponent controls so we can start doing our Plunder Patrol bullshit. In some matchups, say something like Laralisk, we don't actually have a ship target for wind monsters, meaning Booty is required in order to summon anything off of any of our good effects. It has that one, it's very searchable, so we can get it by just about anything, so it's there. Then for the extra deck, 3 Liss, which acts as a monster negate, 3 Bran, which is spell trap removal, kind of. 3 Moark, which is a monster banish and destruction prevention. We have 3 Blackbeard, which acts as our best way of summoning into any of our ships. We then have 1 Almirage in case we need it, 1 Predapant Vertianacana to search Fusion Destiny in the rare occasions we're not locked into Plunder Patrols, and of course, the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Let's take Plunder Patrols for a ride. A boat trip? I'm not entirely sure. Let's just go play some games. I am still loving this new animation that they've put into the game here, and our opening hand is not terrible. Actually, no, never mind. It's kind of bad. We're gonna go for the Shipyard here. Shipyard is going to be fine, apparently, so we're gonna activate the Shipyard, pitching away our Nibiru in order to get into... Now, this is gonna be a weird one, because this needs something in the graveyard. We already have a Bluebeard. I think we need anything we can realistically normal summon here. And there's a lot of them, to be fair. I think we're just gonna... Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be really weird. We're gonna go for the Golden Hair, because we can get this back eventually. We're going to normal summon the Golden Hair. Yes, shoot me. We're going to activate the Bluebeard because we do already control 1. We're going to play that right here. We are going to go ahead and with these summon our Blackbeard. We are not going to discard a card here because we do need everything because we're going to activate Fusion Destiny. Fusion Destiny is going to summon our Phoenix Enforcer. And with that, we are just going to pass our turn on this. It's not great, but it is the only thing we're really able to do in that specific scenario. I chose to go first this time, but Plunder Patrol does very well going second as well, so probably should have chosen that. But it's fine. We're experimenting. Blackstone of Legend is going to be summoned, which is very interesting. So we're looking at a Red Eyes deck of sorts then. Blackstone of Legend is, of course, going to be activated, which is A-okay. Going to search a Red Eyes card. Red Eyes monster, specifically. What could that be? The Red Eyes Black Dragon? Retro Dragon? I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. Jesus. Oh, it's going to be Darkest Diabolos. Okay. Opponent cannot tribute this face-up card on the field and cannot target it with card effects. You can only use each effect Darkest Diabolos once per turn. If a dark monster you control is tributed, except during the damage die, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. I guess we are just going to... I don't know here. Because we have to discard a Plunder Patrol card for this, which is really unfortunate because we don't actually have any right now. Our hand is empty, which is really bad. We're going to Blackbeard anyway here. We're going to use our Blackbeard, of course, as material, and we are going to summon a Moark. We do draw a card, and unfortunately it's an Ash Blossom, which is not the Plunder Patrol card we wanted. We can't target this with card effects, unfortunately, so we're kind of screwed on this one. Darkest Diabolos, that's really interesting. Contribute a Dark Monster. Your opponent places one card from their hand on the top of their... he's tributing itself. I am going to hit the Phoenix Enforcer here. We're going to destroy the Phoenix Enforcer. We're going to destroy this. We are going to have to place this on the bottom. We're going to activate Enforcer so it comes back during the standby phase. We're kind of just clearing the board as much as we can, to be honest, because we do not want to deal with it. Darkest Diabolos is going to really suck, because this is probably a Lair of Darkness deck, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I see Diabolos. I don't know why I didn't make the connection to that yet. Moark here is really, really good, but we do need a Plunder Patrol name to actually utilize it. We can get a Plunder Patrol name very easily by using Shipyard next turn, but unfortunately our hand had the Dasher in it. Luckily for us, actually, we can do the, I believe it's Celestial effect. Yes, so we can draw 2 cards on the next turn thanks to Celestial, which is really good. We draw Nibiru, which is terrible. I accidentally activated Dasher, which I didn't want to do. But whatever, there he is. There's Nibiru. Dasher effect is really interesting. We're going to get Torrential, that's fine. During the standby phase, of course, we are going to activate the Phoenix Enforcer, which now comes back. No, we're not going to activate anything else here. That is fine. We're then going to activate Celestial. Celestial is going to banish Dasher to draw us 2. Oh, 2 hand traps on top of that. That's really good. What the hell? We could do some shuffling around here, which I think is going to be worth it, because we already have a lot of setup. We are going to shuffle away the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring here. Or rather, we are going to discard it to search ourselves a Plunder Patrol card. I don't really know which Plunder Patrol I'd really want here. I think we're going to grab Black Eyes. We're going to grab Black Eyes because we can activate this effect by targeting something to return it to the hand. We are going to go for the Bluebeard. So we summon the Black Eyes, and we get the Bluebeard back, which is really nice. Then we just go ahead and we, I guess we just normal summon the... Well, we could activate Golden Hair here. Bluebeard would be discarded. We can discard a card to draw a card. We're actually going to do that. This sounds weird, I know. But there's a reason. Because we are going to activate Bluebeard. We're going to discard the impermanence, hopefully draw into a Plunder. Well, fucking okay then. I guess you got me. That is a card. We could go for Moark. We could go for Bran. I don't think I care about it. We are just going to make the Plunder Patrol here. None of these can be equipped as a quick effect, unfortunately, so we are just kind of stuck on whatever we have. It's not terrible. We are going to attack yet again. Going in for some... Oh no, I accidentally clicked activate. I'm so dumb. Oh, why did I do that? The misclick. I hate my life. Thanks fucking Omega. This is what I've been used to Yugioh Pro for a while now. So I've kind of just goofed myself into thinking that buttons are in a certain way, and my muscle memory is killing me. If you watched last week's episode, you'd know exactly that this is the way that I feel about it. Okay. Well, Phoenix Enforcer's back, because that's what he does. We also have an Imperm. At this point, I'm just fucking around with Phoenix Enforcer, apparently. We're going to get Blackstone of Legended, which is going to add a Red Eyes monster to our opponent's hand. He is getting back the Archfiend, most likely. Nothing has been tributed so far, which is essentially the best thing we can get. We can Infinite Impermanence on Diabolos in case he gets it. Oh, he's going to go for it again. This is unfortunate. We actually have to kill this. Regardless of that. We do have to destroy that with Phoenix Enforcer. You probably saw it cut there. I don't know if you noticed, but there it is. We can't let him tribute anything because that gets him Dark Diabolos back, which is unfortunate. I'm going to assume he doesn't really have a lot else to summon off of that, which is the only guess I have, so... We're on a hope and a prayer, but hopefully a hope and a prayer is enough. Well, it doesn't seem like he has another play on that, so yes, that was in fact enough. That's really nice. Going to the standby phase, of course, we're going to bring back our Phoenix Enforcer yet again. This card is really annoying. I can see why people like playing this. We can go for the Golden Hair here. I don't think we do... we have to return something like a booty if we want to do that, so I think we're just going to sit with this card in hand this time, because that does actually give us a Liss or Bran interaction, which I think is worth it here. We have Phoenix Enforcer, we can just kind of sit on it, honestly. This time we don't accidentally fuck ourselves by activating an effect we're not supposed to. Careful with your clicks, people. We could have won the game this turn if I wasn't stupid. We're just going to pass on that afterwards. Not entirely sure what this anything is supposed to be. Setting 3. I am going to trigger this, because we may as well. It was an Inferno Fire Blast. Okay, that's interesting. So this is just pure Red Eyes or something. Super interesting. Yep, that's gonna be it. I kind of expected that, to be honest, but hey, it is what it is. Let's just go on to the next game and see if we can get an actual matchup, shall we? Look, this is the third person I'm going up against now, because I have summoned a Plunder Patrol once, and 2 people have immediately surrendered. It appears that people just don't like this deck, apparently. But we are going up against Dark Lords, apparently, which is an interesting matchup for this deck, I believe, because Dark Lords have a lot of funky effects that might actually screw us over. Alright, it's going to discard this and this to draw 2. Discarding the Ukobak, which is unfortunate. Our hand is decent this time around, actually. We do have access to the Whitebeard, we have access to Bluebeard, which lets us go into our Blackbeard and trigger the effect. Ukobak is going to come. They're going to send a Dark Lord from the deck to the graveyard. I'm actually going to stop this, because this could be used. They do have Greater Poly, which is unfortunate, which means they're going to go into the first Dark Lord, and they had the Despia Darmatarge already. Ugh. We can still deal with the Dark Lord, actually, because we can banish it off of Bran. It is only protected, I believe. Oh, you cannot target fairies at all. Ugh. Right, we can't actually hurt this in the slightest. Do we have a way of getting over this? Because we still have to target with Moark. Yikes, that's a bit of a rough one. Because I don't think we have anything that gets over a 4K. Ash would have been helpful, but realistically, I don't think we have anything that wins us this game. Huh, alright, we're gonna go for the Shipyard anyway. I'm gonna activate the Shipyard here, sending the Ash Blossom that we no longer have any use for whatsoever, and we're gonna grab ourselves a Sea Guide. We're gonna normal summon the Whitebeard. To which we are going to special summon the Bluebeard. We're gonna get our Amdusk hit, which is kind of what we expected. That special summons Ukobak, which is mighty unfortunate. Ukobak is going to get to send a Dark Lord, sending Banishment. That's fine. Target and effect monster, banish it, but we still have to target, which is just awful. Awful, awful, awful. We can't even DPE here because it just doesn't do anything for us. We're gonna go for the Blackbeard play, which means we get the trigger effect off of Bluebeard, which means we are going to discard the Redbeard, and we're going to get the Whitebeard. We're gonna hit with Despia. We are going to Blackbeard in response, using the Blackbeard to summon Moark. We draw a Fusion Destiny, which is interesting. We also get to special summon something, so we'll special summon the Redbeard. We get the Redbeard effect here, meaning we can just equip it to the Moark. I don't think there is any way we climb up above the required here, because it is going to be insane. We're going to get hit with the Uprising as well, which is super unfortunate, because here comes Dark Lord number 2. That's really bad, actually. Extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Does he have 3 more? Is the last card in his hand a fairy to summon a second, first Dark Lord? It is not, but he does get Dracostapelia. Why would he do that? We're gonna fire the Moark. 100%. We're discarding the Plunder Patrol and we're getting rid of Yugioh. That's fine. Negate it if you want. We'll go for the Blackbeard's effect. We're going to special summon this. Is this the best play we have now? Because, I mean, yes, we can Moark again. We can only do this effect once per turn, unfortunately. We can make a second Moark, but it's not going to be equipped with anything, which is super unfortunate. And we don't have anything big enough to punch over the Dracostapelia. This is really unfortunate now. This is going to get negated by the next Dracostapelia. Moark is just not powerful enough. We also don't have another card to really abuse this with, I don't think. Let's just make another Moark. Double Moark. Because we don't necessarily have an option. We can sit and we can protect the Moarks we currently have, and that is about it. We can set another counter on this, that is fine. He's gonna bring back the Dark Lord Uprising. That's actually really unfortunate that he decided to do... I mean, Dracostapelia is easier for us to deal with than some of the other possible cards we could go up against, I suppose. But there is Tyriferum, which is hilarious because I don't think I've seen this card in a long-ass time. There is Despia as well. You can only use the when your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck or what the fuck ever. Negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. And here's Despian Cortes. What is happening? Okay. So now we're at 0 attack, I guess, which is fine. We can use its effect now. Why would you do this? You have lost yourself this game. We're gonna send the shipyard. We're gonna banish this. We'll add a plunder spell. We're gonna add probably Emblem. What was this man thinking? Is my real take on this, right? What was he accomplishing here? Quertis effect, which we are going to Ash. No searching. Flip this. Go for Fusion Destiny. Because it's really funny. Yeah, like, what was the plan there? You had this game in the bag and you kept clicking buttons. You did a me. You could have won this game. You were in the winning position. You had me completely negated. Oh, I don't know, man. This is sad. This man should have won this game if just he didn't click the buttons. Unfortunate for him. Fortunate for us. I guess we take the win with a bit of salt and we move to the last game of today. Alright, last game of today up against Donius. And our starting hand is the brickiest fucking piece of shit I've ever seen. What am I looking at? What is this? Double material? Boo! That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh. Oh no. Oh, absolutely not. I hate this. That's a really bad hand. Wow, okay. Yep, there is not much we can do on that one. We just have to hope our opponent is not able to do much either. Opening both Dasher and Celestial is like it's like opening Dark Magician and Red Eyes. This is not even fun. This is horrible. I have an Ash Blossom. Come at me. I have 1 negate. Can you stop me with my magical 1 negate? I'm pretty sure you can. We didn't even have a second card to use Golden Hair with. Orpheus Scorpio. Okay. I'm gonna force myself to stop this because he is just going to go off and make Phoenix Enforcer. Yep. That is what I thought. Thank God that we found ourselves a card. We got Redbeard. This isn't terrible. We're gonna normal summon the Redbeard. It's not the best choice, but we'll go for it. We'll bring this up. We could go for the Phoenix Enforcer here, which is probably a good choice, but we're going to opt not to do that, and we are instead making a Moark. Yes, this is weird. Yes, it's okay. We're gonna booty. We will activate the effect of booty, and we'll make it a light for shenanigans' sake. And then we're just gonna pass turn. Yep. I am just trolling this man because I find it very funny. I know I very well could have just made the brand, punched over it, did my yachty hotties. I don't wanna. I want to see where this goes. This man is playing some, like, Black Rose stuff, and I love that deck. So, give it to me. I'm just going to sit here, and I'm going to defend myself, and I'm going to make sure that whatever attribute he makes something is not dark. It is Rose Dragons. I'm so happy. I haven't seen this in forever. Oh, I haven't seen this in forever. Basil Rose Shoot. Okay. So he's going to special summon a Rose Dragon from his hand or graveyard. Is he going to make Ruddy Rose, maybe? Ruddy Rose is good. Okay. He is not doing anything. What's happening on Omega today? What is this? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Punch him. Uh-huh. Yeah, detach the Redbeard. I want them in the graveyard. I'm going to booty. Targeting this. Make it a light. Yes. We're going to take this. We're going to special summon it. Which we're then going to activate the effect of to bring us out a Liss. Now we have a Liss on board. So Liss acts as a negate if we have a Plunder Patrol monster in our hand, which we don't. He chooses not to attack again, which is interesting. Basil Rose Shoot is... yeah, it's a card. Going for the White Rose Dragon. Only effect when it's normal summoned, however, so it doesn't exactly do much. He could go for the Ruddy Rose here. He does not. He goes for the Black Rose. Is he going to activate the Black Rose? He is. Interesting. I mean, yeah, we can just chain the list here. I don't have another card in my hand, so we're just going to Moark to prevent the destruction, and he destroys everything else on his field. Yeah. Don't really know about that one there, Chief, but okay. Black Garden. Ooh, yeah, it was a good choice of me to play that early, I guess. Called By the Grave. This is going to be really funny because we can get rid of the Mardell using this. Right, here we can actually go ahead and make the Verte Anaconda now that we have access to it, which we are going to. Black Rose Dragon is, or rather Black Garden, I guess, is fine. Make yourself a token. Could not necessarily care. We're going to copy Polymerization. We're going to copy a Fusion Destiny. We're going to summon the DPE using both materials in hand, by the way. Just disgusting. We're just going to go ahead and activate this effect. We're going to pop this, pop that. We're going to activate the effect to bring it back. We're just going to set the Called by the Grave, and we're... wow, we're going to cough. We're going to attack for 250. And just pass turn. Fun times. Gonna bring back the DPE. We're actually just gonna trigger the DPE here and destroy the Black Garden, because I could not give less of a shit about it at this point. It's really annoying. If he attempts to bring Mardell back, I'm gonna hit it. Place the top of it, then immediately you can normal summon a Witch of the Black Rose from your hand. I'm gonna actually hit this. I don't want him to fix his deck. He does have the Rose Scroll already, which sucks. That's unfortunate. Hey, we just get another scoop. I have not even played Plunder Patrol. I have done no Plunder Patrol other than summon Liss and Bran twice. I did. Yeah, this was the episode. Great. Let's go finish the deck. Well, what do we think about Plunder Patrol then? Honestly, in the games I managed to get today, I haven't even gotten to play Plunder Patrol. I have literally just played Enforcer Turbo with Plunder Patrol assisting it, I suppose. Even then, I think I activated, like, Bran once. It is a shame that I didn't really get to show off what the Plunder Patrol deck can do, because in meta matchups, it actually has a very, very good strategy going into it, because generally speaking, a lot of decks are not amped at dealing with your opponent making their moves during your turn. Similarly, a deck like Flanderies also does this very, very well. They handle things during your turn, which means a lot is just, I don't know how to say it, like, really, I don't know how to say it properly, but it's more so that they do it very well on your turn, meaning a lot of the cards you could stop them with no longer have an effect. Things like Effect Veiler are completely turned off. Infinite Impermanence don't really work, because if you start playing and they start interacting, you can't activate it anymore. There's just a lot of things that they can do during your turn. Plunder Patrol happens to probably be the best out of these archetypes, simply because the effects it puts on the board during your turn are absolutely insane. Things like Liss, giving them a free monster negate, things like Moark, banishing a card off of the field immediately, even Bran destroying a spell or trap can be situationally helpful. They just do it really well. We have to give them props where props is due, but of course they suffer from a lot of the things that normal summonable archetypes have in common. If your way into these monsters is negated, usually Blackbeard, you're not going very far. DPE helps with this an insane amount, because DPE is a consistently returning card, meaning he's better than what a lot of people give him credit for. Is he a Dragoon replacement? In some decks, yeah. In all decks, no. In this one particularly, it works really well. If you would like to play this deck for yourself, the Omega deck code is down below. Go ahead and give it a spin, and maybe you'll have a bit more interesting matches than I had today. If not, then I do hope you enjoyed this video, despite the lack of Plunder Patrol we played. I digress. Remember to click the subscribe button down below to see more of my content. Click the like button if you enjoyed this episode in particular. Consider supporting me on Patreon or YouTube membership if that's your thing, and as always, stay safe out there.